would ascend the brightest heaven of invention. A kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Then should the warlike Harry, like himself, assume the look of Mars, and at his heels Grecian-like hounds, famine, sword, and fire, crouch on foot. But, pardon, gentles all, the fat, unraised spirits that have dared on this unworthy scaffold to bring forth so great an object. Can this cockpit hold the vast fields of France? Can we cram within this wooden bow the very helmets that did affright the air at Agincourt? Oh, let us, ciphers to this great town, your imaginary forces work. For it is your thoughts that now must deck our kings, carry them here and there, jumping over time, turning the accomplishments of many years to an hourglass. For the which admit me, chorus, to this history, who, prologue like, your humble patience pray, gently to hear, kindly to judge our play. Shakespeare, all the Lord Chamberlain's men, we welcome you here to our first performance at the Globe Theatre. I am actor Richard Burbage. I will be your guide for this event, which is a benefit for the Globe Theatre, the costs of which far exceeded our expectations. Know this about the Globe. The timbers were brought beam by beam from our former theater, which my father built, upon land where we had a 21-year lease. Last year, 1598, the lease expired, and our nasty landlord claimed our building on his land belonged to him. Well, we screwed up our courage, much like our former king, Henry V, who we live here shortly, and we moved the theater piece by piece here to this location for you to enjoy. And now, our presentation includes selections from some of our favorite plays, some of Master Will's beautiful sonnets, and a few lovely musical entertainments. Now, I began with the chorus's solicitation of your imaginations to recall our King Harry's trial by fire at Agincourt 200 years ago. Then you heard one of our fair madrigals, The popular songs that are often sung round the table after a hearty meal. Now, the first scene to follow my exit will be one of young love. Romeo in the garden below, and his lovely Juliet from her window above. Next, we'll present 4 of the 154 sonnets, each an ingenious arrangement of 3 couplets and or 3 fragments and a couplet. Then, from one of the best comedies, Twelfth Night, tribute, music, love, followed by the Willow song, sung by then doomed Desdemona for her last confrontation with the poor, distraught, misled Othello.
What song? What light beyond her window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick, and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off! It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I shall answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. 2 of the fairest stars of all the heaven, having some business, to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth the lamp. Oh, see how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, the tower of love of that man, the time I touch that cheek.
Ay me.
Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious this night, being o'er my head, as a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white-uttered wondering eyes of mortals, as they fall back to gaze upon him, as he descries the lazy pacing clouds, and sails upon the bones of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word, call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
Thy name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. For my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, as is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, and either we disliked.
How camest thou hither, tell me, and wherefore? These orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I approach these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that love dares attempt. Therefore, thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eyes than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, thy proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death provoked, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
Thy love, that first did prompt me to inquire, He lent me counsel, and I lent him eye. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as the vast shore washed with the farthest sea. I should adventure for such merchandise.
When, to the session of sweet, silent thought, I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the last of many a thing I sought, with old woes new, wail my dear time's waste. And then can I drown an eye unused to flow, precious friends hid in death's dateless night, and weep afresh love's long since canceled woe. I moan the expense of many a vanished sight. Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and heavily from woe to woe tell o'er the sad account of fore bemoaned load, which I knew pay as if not paid before. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows end.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dim, and every fair from fair, sometime declined by chance or by nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with a remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark whose worth's unknown, although its height be taken. Love's not time's fool, the rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his hours of grief and weeks, but bears it out even to the end of doom. And if this be error, and upon me proved, I never lived, nor no man ever loved.
But be contented, when that fell arrest without all bail shall carry me away. My life hath in this line some interest, which for memorial still with thee shall stay. When thou reviewest this, thou dost review the very part was consecrated to thee. The earth can have but earth, which is his due. My spirit is thine the better part of me. So then thou hast but lost the dregs of life, the prey of worms, my body being dead, the coward conquest of a wretched night, too base of thee to be remembered. The worth of that is that which it contains, and that this and this with thee remain.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that, surfeiting, the appetite may sicken and so die. And strain again, and had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that, notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, naught enters there, of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it, alone, is high fantastical.
Subject for tragedy, comedy, and poetry than the relationship between man and woman. Our next offering we include a sparring match between Beatrice and Sir Benedick from Much Ado About Nothing. After many twists and turns, they find a true love, something of a surprise considering how they begin. We'll also hear a lovely tune played on this quarter, a comical musing on men from As You Like It, and 4 more wonderful sonnets. They say so much in only 14 lines.
I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath often told me so.
Did you doubt it, sir, that you asked her?
Your Benedict, then were you very young?
Well, if Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulder. Oh, Messina, like him as she.
I wonder that you are still talking, Signor Benedict.
Nobody marks you.
Well, my name is Dane. Are you yet living?
Is it possible the stain should die? Oh, she had such neat food to feed her to Senior Benedick. Oh, courtesy itself must give way to the stain. If you had been her present,
Well, then is Lady Courtesy a turncoat? Now it is true that I am loved of all ladies. You accept it. And I would that I could in my heart find that I had not a hard heart. For truly, I love none.
oh, a dear happiness for women. Who else can trouble my pernicious suitor? Oh, thank God. And my cold heart. I hope you're doing that.
God keep that humor.
I would rather hear a dog bark at a crow than a man say he loves me.
Well, if you keep that humor, some gentleman or other will not escape. With a scratched face.
Oh, do not think it worse. For such a face as yours, were.
Oh, I would that my horse had such a tongue as yours.
A bird of my tongue
Yes,
is better than a beast to know.
a tongue, and such a good continuer. Well, God keep you with that, because I have done.
You always end with Jade's trick. I know you. Oh.
Oh, think not I love him. Though I asked for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them please those that hear. He's a pretty youth. Not very pretty, but sure he's proud. And yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue to make offense, his eye to heal it up. He's not very tall, yet for his years he's tall. His leg is but so, yet 'tis well. There was pretty redness in his lip, a little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. It's just the difference between the constant red and wrinkled damask. There be some women, had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. And yet I had more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide him? He said my eyes were black and my hair black, and now that I remember scorned at me. I marvel why I answered not again. But that's all one. Admittance is no quittance. I shall write him a very scornful letter, and thou shalt deliver it. Go with me now.
The little loved God, lying once asleep, lay by his side, his heart inflaming red. Whilst many nymphs that vowed chaste life to keep came drifting by. But in her maiden hand, the fairest votary took up that fire which many legions of true hearts had warmed. And so, the general of hot desire was sleeping by a virgin hand disarmed. This brand she quenched cool well by, which from love's fire took heat and passion. Growing a man, and healthful remedy for men diseased. But I, my mistress thrall, came there for cure, and this by that I prove. Love's fire heats water. Water cools not love.
Not from the stars do I my judgment pluck, and yet methinks I have astronomy, but not to tell of good or evil luck, of plagues, of dearths, or seasons quality. Nor can I fortune to brief minutes tell, pointing to each his thunder, rain, and wind, or say with princes if it shall go by all predict that I have in mind. But from thine eyes mine appetite, and constant stars in them I see, such art as truth and beauty shall together thrive, if from thyself thou wouldst convert, or else of thee this I prognostic. Thy end is truths and beauties do and fit.
When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me to be one more rich in hope, featured like him, with friends possessed, desiring this man's art or that man's scope, with what I most enjoy, contented least. Yet in these thoughts, myself almost despising, haply I've been on. And then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remember, such wealth brings, that I then scorn to change my state with kings.
Let not my love be called idolatry, nor my beloved as an idol show. Since all alike my songs and praises be to one, of one, still such and ever so. Kind is my love today, tomorrow kind, still constant in a wondrous excellence. Therefore my verse to constancy confine, one thing expressing, leaves out difference. Fair, kind, and true is all my art. Fair, kind, and true vary to other words, and in this change is my invention spent. Three themes in one, which wondrous scope affords. Fair, kind, and true have often lived alone, which three, till now, never kept seat in one.
come full circle. As promised, we return to King Henry V and demonstrate Master Will's incomparable ability to express things in the most unforgettable way, no matter what the art. The first scene will be one of the most impressive calls to battle ever penned. The king's words to his troops as they confront the vastly superior French forces. St. Crispin's speech. This will be followed by the most eloquent entreaty for peace. The Duke of Burgundy pleads between the two kings for understanding. We then depict Katherine and Petruchio in another inimitable exchange of insults by two very strong-willed potential lovers. Then another fine madrigal, and finally, Puck's sweet closing remarks as we awake from Midsummer Night's Tree.
This day is called the Feast of Crispin. He that uplifts this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when the day is named and rouse him at the name of Crispin. He that shall live this day to see old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors and say, tomorrow is Saint Crispin. Then will he strip to his sleeves and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's day. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot. But he'll remember with advantages what feats he did that day. Then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, heading the king, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, Salisbury and Gloucester, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispin shall there go by from this day to the ending of the world. But we shall be remembered, we few, we happy few. We band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he ne'er so vile, this day shall gentleness conditions. And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, while he speaks the foot with us upon St. Crispin's day!
My duty to do both on equal of great kings of France and England. That I have labored with all my wits, my pains, and strong endeavor to bring your most imperial majesties unto this bar and royal institution. Your mightiness on both parts can best witness. Since then my office hath so far prepared, that face to face, royal eye to eye, you have some reason. Let it not disgrace me, if I demand before this royal view, what wrong or what impediment? Why, that the naked, poor, and mangled beasts, dear nurse of fathers, plenty, joyful births, should not in this best garden of the world, our fertile France, put up a lovely picture. Alas, from France she hath too long been chased, and all her husbandry doth vile peace, corrupting in its own fertility. Her vine, the merry cheer of the heart, unpruned, dies. Her hedges, even bleached, like so many prisoners, wildly overgrown with hair, put forth disordered twigs. Her fallow leaves, the darnel, hemlock, and red fumitory doth root upon, whilst that cold rusts, that should deracinate such the even me, that earth brought sweetly forth the freckled cows with burnet and green clover, wanting the sign, all uncorrected, rank, conceived by ice. Nothing keens but hateful dots, rough thistles, ketches, burrs, losing both beauty and beauty. And as our vineyards, fallows, meads, and hedges, efficient in their own nature, grow to wildness, even so our houses, and ourselves, and children bloom, or do not learn for want of time the sciences that should become our, but grow to wildness like savages, as soldiers will, that nothing do but meditate on blood, to swearing, stern looks, diffuse attire, and everything that seems unmentioned. Which to reduce to our former favor, you are assembled. My speech entreats that I may know the limit, while gentle peace should not expel these inconveniences, and bless us with our former bonds.
I will attend her here, and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she's brave. Then I'll tell her she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she's wrong. I'll tell her she looks as clear as roses sweetly washed with morning dew. Say that she be mute. Speak not a word. I'll commend her volubility and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. Say that she bid me pack. I'll tell her thanks, as though she bid me stay by her for a week. If she denied wed, I'll crave the day I shall ask the Danes and wedding night. Ah, here she comes. And now, Petruchio, speak! Good morrow, King! For that's your name, my dear.
Well, have you heard of something hard of hearing? They call me Katherine, that to speak of me.
Oh, you lying thing. For you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in all Christendom. Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate. For dainties are always Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this with me. Knowing that thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, though not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? Ha! In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. Ha! I knew you at the first. You were a movable.
Why, what's a movable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Oh! As is a maid to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
Oh! Ha! Well taken. Ugh.
Slow-winged buzzard, pardon, alas, the case. Knowing thee to be but young and light.
Oh, too light for such a buzzard as you, and yet as light as I should be.
Should thee should buzz.
Oh, well taken, you buzzard! Oh, no! Oh, as a Turk takes a buzzard! Oh, oh!
Come, you boss, behave, you are too angry.
Too angry? If I be washed, best beware my skin! Ha!
Then I shall just pluck it out.
Yeah.
For who knows not where a wasp does where to
Oh,
sting
yes.
in his tail.
if you talk of tales. And so, farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Nay, then come again, good Kate. I am.
Oh, oh. That I'll try.
Oh!
Think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, whilst these visions did appear, and this weak and idle thing, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, not to escape the serpent's tongue, we'll make amends all our long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands, we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Ladies' rooms are out this door to the right and then to the left. The men's rooms are out that door to the right, then to the left.